Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi, my friends, how are you? I hope everyone is safe and well. I've been a bit under the weather, as you can still hear in my voice, which is also why there won't be a healing chanting this time for you, Virgo. I'm sorry, but I don't feel up to it. But there will be a reading for you today, so I'm excited to give you this. If you're new to this channel, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'm very excited that you're here. And we already pulled a card for you, which we have the ruby. It's really pretty. I hope it will focus right here. Here we go. Yay. Oh, kind of. It's and it says you only more so. As you can see, it's very interesting because we have like the withered away roses and then the new roses, and actually the tablecloth today has roses on it as well, and it really matches like the cards too, so everything matches up in your reading. And there's something old that is withering away, but also something new that is coming in. And I'm reminded of the Black Widow. So some of you may be going through a divorce or had someone pass away too. But it's like very much looking out for self is what I'm getting with this. And this is not egotistical at all. This is something that has been a long time coming, something that you may have had to prepare for even, you know, in the sense of you may have, at the beginning of your life, someone may have told you, or you grew up like this, that you or your needs don't count as much as those of others. And this is changing a lot, and this has changed a lot in the past years for you, because you've worked on this. Like, you recognize the pattern and you're now switching it up to take good care of yourself. And I'm getting like a strong sense of boundaries around you, which feels very, very healthy. Okay, this is a really good thing, like taking care of yourself. And yeah, and what I got for you, like for the written channeling, I got organizing, which is very, very Virgo-esque, right? Some of you may be in need of organizing a space, or, you know, routines, establishing more healthy routines, or you have recently organized something or established those routines. This is really important, okay? So if you've not done this, there's still like time. There's always time to do stuff. And this is also another message here for you. There's always time to do stuff. And to take it a little bit more slow here is also another message. But this was for someone that needed to hear this. In case you've been looking for a sign, then this is your sign, okay, or confirmation. Some of you have also collected seashells. This I found rather specific. I wrote recently, so rather recently I would say, or you start to work with seashells that you collected, something along those lines. You start to work with the mermaids, you start to work more with Atlantis, with ancient cultures. There's something in there. There's also a happy event that is very soon coming your way, Virgo, which is really excellent. To some of you, this has already happened, but something that really makes you feel at ease, that really brings back that sense of peace to you. Orange and mandarins, so the fruits is really beneficial for you at this time, but also aroma, because it just lightens the mood, right? I feel like my mood is being lightened by this happy event, whatever this is for you. It could also be a happy encounter with someone. Vitamin C is very, very important. You have all the time in the world, so slow down. There's beautiful energies in this slowing down, in this taking it easy when you don't push against them, Virgo, okay? Everything is coming together nicely here for you. Give yourself the time to arrive, please. And I also got expanding a bit. So this is something that's happening to you currently also, and for you, like an expansion, consciousness expansion, personality expansion. There's like, I'm feeling like more free to go down certain paths that I may have been afraid to take in earlier days, but now I am ready to do this. Now I'm good to do this, and you can feel it too. You will feel it if you haven't felt it yet. And the ruby, I believe, is also stone of Leo. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it is. So it says, you only more so. Ruby is like love. She can fill you up or drain you. And like love, Ruby serves as an amplifier, magnifying both your positive and negative traits. She can lead to the courage and self-confidence if those seeds are already nurtured within you. If self-doubt and loathing have taken root, she'll boost those traits in equal measure. Ruby will bolster your energy if you're feeling robust or run down, your batteries if you're feeling depleted. She doesn't discriminate or judge, she simply heightens what's already there. As Dorothy found out after she donned the ruby red slippers, there's a bit of a learning curve. Slide that ruby ring onto your finger and you will become more you. The question is, are you ready? I very much believe you are ready for this. This is so interesting because to me, with those energies, it's not even a question. You are so ready and you've been waiting on this. It's like whatever this happy event is that wants to come in or that's already, announcing itself in some form or shape or it's already there, really bathe in those energies because they're going to amplify your vibration here too. Now this could be something that's here to stay, but it could also be something that raises your vibration so that you can then go to, the even better and even bigger things, right? Just a preparation for you to raise your vibration. Really take advantage of this event or this encounter, whatever it is for you, but it's really, really beneficial is what I'm getting for you. There's a ritual at amplitude to intention. So if you're trying to set an intention and want to amplify that intention, there's a ritual that I will attach for you over on Patreon. And there's also a reflection to check in. It's about energy levels. If you're interested, I'll post this over on Patreon. And now we'll get into your tarot, shall we? What is there for Virgo? What does Virgo need to know? So, yeah, exactly. Off to the bigger and better. This is so cool. So you've been through something here, that's for sure. And you're on your way to the new island, right? And there's newness. There's a lot of newness awaiting you. And of course, as with any travels, Virgo, you learn a lot about yourself because you're going to run into some difficulties and certain circumstances on your travels always, just like in life as well. But on travels, it becomes a bit more obvious because we're kind of like a bit up in the air anyways, because we don't have that sense of stability that we usually have when we own an apartment, own a home, or, rent it. That's what I mean by owning. Or it could just be yours, but what I mean is that sense of stability is not there when we go traveling. We have to establish routines if we want to feel some sense of, safety or some sense of stability here to, do things a certain way throughout the day. Still have flexibility, that's important too, though. But it's different, right? So you'll encounter a lot about yourself and how you've changed and how well you're able to manage certain situations and how, just in general, how adaptable you really are and how just be really proud of what you've accomplished here, right? Because you've had to go quite the way here. You're not all the way there yet, but you're about to be hitting that sweet spot. I love this. It really feels like a big blessing that is coming in for you. And it may be appearing as something a bit smaller, but still absolutely something that wants to be celebrated here by you. And I think you should celebrate that too, because it's an accomplishment that will lead to then something even bigger and better here. Yeah, if you can, Virgo, because sometimes Virgos are a bit in their head. So, with especially with organizing or with, just the mental capacity, just lay down those swords and just enjoy. Because, if you're not thinking about it, it's much easier, much lighter treading. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but this can be quite fun if you're doing like a river walk or something like this. And you're just not thinking about it, like, where is this leading me? We're not thinking about it. We're just so much in that moment, right, Virgo? Do you remember that? Have you ever done this? Because it's so cool, and you don't know where it leads you, but it's so exciting to go down and to, can I go here? What's there? Oh, there are fish in the water. There are butterflies. There are birds all around. And it's that type of an energy that wants to really come in for you here, to really take notice of what's around you in this present moment, and to really, really enjoy this. And I love the freshness and the excitement and the love that is involved here for you, Virgo. I absolutely love it. Yes, yeah. And then there's something about the wind, like how the wind is talking to you. So also be mindful of those messages. You may just want to sit down somewhere by water, or just sit down on grass so you can be grounded and listen to the wind. Like specifically set the intention, intentions amplified, to receive your messages from the wind, because there is something for you for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's something for you. Illusion, we have the moon. That's exactly it, right? There is something for you that is not quite apparent, that you're not seeing. And this I see as the new. It's so interesting too. Because it's like, this is exciting. Usually, or sometimes, you know how cards switch up. Sometimes you have the same cards, but it's a completely different reading because the energies shift so much. And yours is just so full of happiness, so full of excitement, and very peaceful. I feel very at peace in my heart, and it's quite the awesome feeling. It's warm, but not too warm. You know, it's just right. It's just right. And no one else can tell you what's just right for you, Virgo. This is something that you would have to discover yourself entirely, right? You only more so. And I think you are. And I think you did a great job at discovering this in the past, already in the past months, in the past years here for you too. There's something about trees. Oh my God, Virgo, this is very, very specific. Please don't cut down that tree. Please don't cut down that tree. This is very specific message for some of you. Don't make it shorter or anything like that either. Leave it just like it is. Get in touch with that tree, and the tree will let you know, okay? The tree is totally fine. It's so interesting how that's coming through. Wow, that's strong. Okay. Leave it as it is. Yep. Okay. More? No. Okay. They want to kind of jump, but then they don't. Here we go. Oh God, I love it. Yep. Those are the peaceful kind of energies. This is almost the Page of Cups, right? And there's something about plants. So you may be working with plants, like a lot. You may have, you know, discovering more plants that have medicinal faculties. Is that how you say it? Medicinal properties. And you may be getting more and more into that. I'm also getting, again, aromatherapy. Maybe this is something for you to look into, or maybe something that you have recently looked into, right? To, no, go away. Because there's so much in, you know, how nature is so connected to us, and how certain plants even look like specific organs. Or even in your backyard, check your backyard, because if you have an ailment, or even that tree that we were just talking about, there is immediately, whenever there's an illness, there's also immediately an ailment. Immediately. And that's what I'm getting here with this. And this is what you may have if you're actually traveling. Then this is what's immediately there. If there's a problem, there's immediately also a solution. When you're in flow, of course, when you're falling into the troubled and victim kind of a state, the solution won't reveal itself. But I think you know this. I'm not talking to a beginner here. You know those things. It may just be the reminder that you need to hear for some of you right now. But I think you know this. And it's funny when we then see, you know, our children having to discover this, having to see this for themselves, or our friends, younger friends, for example, or anyone that's younger than you, or maybe also more immature, seeing, or maybe traveling for the first time, right? And this doesn't have to be literal. Again, this can be, you know, the spiritual traveling, or just the personal growth traveling. And when we see that, it's then, I'm seeing you passing on a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom to the younger generation here, with lots of love, with lots of compassion, lots of care, with peace in your heart. And I have to say, I absolutely love this, because this is like, oh, what a wonderful teacher, right? Because you're living it. You're not just saying, oh, this and that. It's like, some of you may actually be really opposed to when people just read out of books and then use that in order to, you know, amplify themselves in some shape or form. But you're not like this. You're very earthy, very down to earth. Very much having gone through all that, and that's why you can pass on that knowledge, that wisdom so well here, Virgo. Beautiful. And it's also like giving your inner self, your inner child, like a lot of love here. I love it, because you really learned this. There's a lot of self-care, self-love that I can see in your cards here, that is really radiating from from that, and it makes it gorgeous to read. And I hope you're basking in those energies and really, you know, reaping those rewards and really, you know, bathing in the gorgeous, oh my God, yes, in the gorgeousness of this. This is so beautiful. And water is popping up again. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Water is popping up here again. How beneficial it is to you, how much of a friend it is to you. If you haven't discovered that, tap into water energies and really, you know, greet it. Say, hi, my friend. How are you doing? Thank you so much for cleansing me today. Thank you for being there, for refreshing me. Also, speaking to the water that you drink, it does a great deal, okay, vibrationally. Virgo, my dears, we'll leave it right here because we're going to take it to the extended, to Patreon if you're interested. It's $11.11 a month. For all the extended that are created within that month, especially if you're looking for, well, it's good either way. If you're resonating with this, go check it out if you feel like it. And I'm available for personal readings if you want to reach out. You can find everything in the description box below. There's also the higher guidance coaching calls that allows us to have a one-on-one session, and that helps with ascension and personal and spiritual growth. All right, my friends, and my guides are going to be present, of course, to give us guidance and help us. All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful and or insightful. I'll either see you over on Patreon or next time. Sending you so much love. Bye.